Welcome in, everyone. Had to figure out whether that was muted or off. It was apparently off and muted. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me again. I am Chef JK. Hello there. Hello, Will. Welcome in, JK. Hi, Soph. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay. That's not what I want. That's what I want. So we're working with popcorn tonight. Gonna be doing dinner and dessert using popcorn. Changing a few things to audio last second there. What's everyone think with the music? Music too loud, too quiet tonight? We're back to finicking with music. I turned it down a smidge. Getting distracted. Thinking about dinner before I get through coffee. I should just be making coffee. Comfort food rocks. I mean, sometimes it's the only thing that hits the spot. Not that I was a huge tomato soup grilled cheese person as a kid. But it is most certainly a classic for many. I sort of feel like the generation before me had a lot of canned products, you know, the 60s, 70s, 50s, 60s, 70s. You know, a lot of food, a lot of rations, that sort of stuff. And so it was much more common and much more a thing for them. And then they didn't want to serve it to their kids, which is more my generation, our generation, I'm assuming. And then now they're sort of, I think, trying to be pulled back in, especially with everything getting so expensive lately. Oh good, the dinner command updated properly. It just didn't send out the proper alerts at the beginning or set the title properly. Okay. I had to correct the title during the coming soon screen, starting soon screen, and update Blue Sky because it told Blue Sky I was doing what I did last stream. Absolutely the bot's fault. 100% the bot. Up to you giving me troubles too. That soup was pretty damn delicious. Like I said, I think I would take that soup over chili. Thank you for joining me, everyone. I hope you've had a great start to your week. Cheers. Alright, where do we start with tonight's fun? I think we start by getting more butter out. Yeah, definitely with getting more butter out. Come over here and grab another pan because we're going to be making caramel. on one hand, I feel like apologizing for doing essentially the same dessert in rapid succession. But on the other hand, caramel corn. I Yeah, that looks like enough. It is so hot in my house today. Specifically wearing a very thin shirt tonight because it might be getting even warmer. It definitely will be a little bit with the oven and stuff on the stove, but yeah. Make sure we have this out this time. I was supposed to use this last time, but I didn't put it in there. I'll have baking soda and the vanilla ready. Almost out of vanilla again. Thin drizzle of water to help get the sugar start breaking down. Brown sugar, butter, flame. While that's heating up, I'm not even going to touch that from now on. I'm just going to let that chill there. Oops, wrong side. I know my left from right. I am going to turn the flame down on this so that it more melts the butter than absolutely roasts the sugar. It'll bubble well over that point, so I'm not worried about that. A little bit of crystal formulation there. I should have been more careful and not covered the butter with sugar. It would have been a little more impressive. Then again, maybe the weight of the sugar will help melt the butter quicker. Forcing the butter to be against the pan more. I didn't mention this earlier, that was 3/4 of a Kerrygold block, or a block and a half of normal US sticks. And a cup of brown sugar. Just throw a pinch of salt in there. They'll have no problem with the heat. I have the oven preheating to 250 because we're going to be curing the caramel corn after we coat the popcorn. I'm going to do more of a cure on it this time than last time. Last time I just gave it like 15 minutes. I think I'm going to give it like the full hour this time. What it really does is, like, you can do it shorter and it'll be okay. But doing it longer in the oven really gives you a better product, because it's not going to be as, like, crystallized of a sugar product. It's going to be a caramel. It's going to be a little more snappy. And the popcorn is going to be a bit crisper. I don't know what I was doing with my hands during that, but that was apparently how you describe popcorn, caramel corn in the oven. Hi, Nan Reader. Melt. Even though I have it barely a boil temp. Still waiting on this butter to get completely melted down before I unleash the full heat to turn that into a full caramel. Okay, I think we're close enough now that we'll turn the heat up. We'll start watching for that to get 350-ish, but that's going to take a minute here. Couple minutes. Trying to get this upwards of 300 degrees. Ooh, ad break. See y'all when we get back. I'm probably going to be stirring this. Rubbing against to make noise here. I've adjusted that fan like 3 times today, trying to get it to stop making noise. It keeps bumping, vibrating itself next to something. Getting there, we're getting close. 50s, 60s, and 70s. I think I'm going to call it here. Over to counter. Make sure we get everything stirred back in there nicely. Try not to get the butter splash on you. Add in our baking soda. Add in vanilla. Ooh, you can really smell that vanilla. Probably because most of it just boiled off. At least the alcohol part of it. Alright, now we're going to be mixing this. It's starting to stick. Give it a last good stir up and over the corn. No hands here. You do not want to get this caramel on you. This is not a fun time to get handsy with your food. Nope, that's not going to work for this. Okay, a few more turns here. You can see how even now it looks a little bit more almost like peanut butter than caramel corn. That caramel has got a little bit of a flat color to it or look to it, and that's because we haven't cured it in the oven yet. Alright, this now goes onto sheet pan over here. There we go, and then we're going to send this into the oven. And I'm going to keep it in the oven closer to an hour tonight. We'll take a look at that again in 30 minutes. In the 250-ish oven. Since I have a conventional oven, I went a little bit lower because the heat fluctuations are probably a bit more severe. Alright, so we got that down. Now for our next projects. I need corn. I need more popcorn too, but I need corn. Give me your corn. Corn. Drain off most of the liquid here just using the lid. Now, popcorn seasoning, that's certainly a possibility. At one point, for one of my business concepts that I had back in the day, I was looking into the cost of, there's powder evaporators, like scientific stuff here, that will take something that's ground into a powder and put it into essentially a vacuum chamber and dry it so that you could create all sorts of different flavored seasonings, was my thought. And I was thinking of doing something with, like, you know, Baskin Robbins of popcorn seasoning. For tonight's fun, I am going to start with our soup. Our soup. And start with this can of sweet corn. And a fair amount of popcorn. I'd say that was at least 2 cups. I mean, we're with the can and the popcorn, volumetrically, we're filling up the whole Vitamix container. And let's see if this will blend without any other liquid in it at this point. No movie theater would ever sell soup. Have you ever seen the videos of people cleaning up all of the popcorn after movies? Imagine that was soup. I have a spatula here somewhere. So butter's a good call for this. We're definitely going to add some butter to this, but that's not going to be the major addition here. Just used for butter. What else? We're doing chili. And pork. I think I just want to do a little white vinegar. I'm not looking to add any other flavors to muddy things up, but I do want a little more acidity here. So I'll do a splash of white vinegar. Say 2 ounces of water, salt and pepper, and MSG. Oops. I don't know, I've been to a couple of dive bars that have some decent popcorn. Especially down in LA. When I lived down there. Where are you? There you are. But that can also go to what makes most things amazing in most cases. It's the experience. It's less the food. I hate saying that as a chef, but like the family reunions, the special dinners, the special dates, the movie nights. They're the memorable ones. Not X and X flavor combo, unfortunately. They overfilled it. No, black pepper. Now actual black pepper going in there. Let's give that one more blitz up and get that hopefully pureed. Need a bit more water for this to come together, which is fine. We're going to be adding a whole bunch more water later, but I want to limit how much here. That was roughly another half cup of water, and that will definitely blend up now. Choices. Let's see what we get if I clean up my ladle here. Switch from a ladle to a... Ladles work so much better than a spatula with strainer. Alright, I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna toss this. Ooh, on other hand. No, we're gonna toss this because it has all the seeds and all that other nasty other stuff concentrated. If it was just corn and the popcorn part minus the seeds and the toppings, might be a different story. Sorry, noises. Rinse most of that out. Rinse this out. Making sure we don't have disasters later. Okay, so this is going to be the base for our soup. Next part is we need some nice pieces of popcorn here saved as garnish. trying to get ones without. They're mostly fluff that missed the shell. Because these are going to quite likely somewhat dissolve into the soup. So we want to keep the skin parts to a minimum. Most of these are going to have all sorts of pieces, because I mean that's just how it is. But you know, fine dining mindset. Let's break off this part here and take off the skin here. There, now that one goes over here. This is the type of task that I have done before in fancy kitchens. Michael. Just crush that. It's fine. The rest of this are going to go into. This is going to be our little pile of our garnish on top of our soup. Yeah, it's a pretty major brand of popcorn, at least here in the States. And I buy all the ingredients for the ingredient challenges. I mean, to be honest, I don't really pop a whole lot of popcorn on my own, but I don't have a popcorn maker. Like, I could do it on the stove. That's perfectly acceptable, but caramel. Ooh. Good caramel. Tasty caramel. don't want to break up the rest of this. Yeah, I think we're going back to you. This time I want it a little bit drier. We're just going to break up the popcorn using the blender this time. We're shooting for full cup of ground popcorn, ground to not perfectly fine, but cornmeal. We're taking popcorn and substituting it for cornmeal tonight. In this part of this. Let's see how close this gets us. Gonna mute for the blend again. Let's see how much powder we get out of that. Gonna use the wider mesh screener for this second one. We want the particles to be pretty fine for this, so all that stuff that's sticking is probably the stuff you really, really want too. So I'm going to try and get most of that out of there. And then I'm going to just run my fingers through that. See how much we get here. Not enough. Not enough. It's our first timer on our caramel corn. I need another spatula now. We'll pull this out and see how much of a stir we want to give it. whether you want big clumps or you don't, depending on what you're using this for. And keeping in mind that, the more you shake it up, the more you're going to break them up. But you do want to rotate things a little bit, even if you want to keep as many clumps as you can, like I do. Clumps are the best part. You know the meme where the guy's sitting down in the park with the "prove me wrong" sign? Yeah, clumps are the best part of caramel corn. Alright, second trip around for this popcorn because we need more of it ground up. Muting for the blend again. Bump up the volume, bump up the volume. I'm probably out of sync with the music on that. It's the only thing I can think of with the song, though. Tired of trying to get this all perfectly fine, because the major thing is I'm, again, just trying to get most of the seeds and the skins out of it. That'll do me. That's over a cup. Sorry, popcorn. Is this the cornmeal? Yeah. Let's use this. I'm going to add some cornmeal into this mix. Actually, let me do this a little bit more accurately here. A little less than a quarter cup of actual cornmeal in there. make sure and get the fluffy stuff from the bottom first. I'm just packing it in there. It all goes in there. Let's just use it all. Actually, just keep using the same bowl too. Regular flour. Half cup. Salt, pepper, MSG. How do I want to mix this all? Let's do dry and wet. Dry and wet separate. This will work. Oil. Milk, or half and half in my case. That's very interesting looking. That zoomed up, the bubbles from the oil and the half and half started slowly mixing there. Doesn't pick up great on camera. And I'm adding an egg in there. I probably should have done the egg separately. But then again, it's been a long time since I've had a ugly egg. Let's call it that. So we got our egg, our half and half, and our oil. Give this all a whisk up. Put the last of this cornmeal away. So little left in this bag. And And where are you, buttermilk powder? There you are. Bring in a bit of buttermilk powder into the dry side. Maybe a tablespoon worth. I'm debating if I want to do the final mix on this because the pan, both we need to get the pan warm, so I might as well just throw that in the oven now. But I want the pan a bit warmer when it comes to baking these. So I think I'm actually going to hold off on doing this part until our caramel corn is out of the oven. I didn't set another time on that. That was not a good plan. So we'll give it 10 minutes until I do another stir. Most recipes I see say give it every 15 minutes. I figured 30 minutes to start with, and I'm giving myself another 10 now, but figuring that's more like 15-ish for a second time. And we'll give it another 15 after this last stir up. Give the blender a good rinse out here again. Actually, let's see where we are time-wise. What time is it? But website's not open tonight. Okay, we got another 10 minutes. We'll leave cleanup for the other 10 minutes. Let's get started with dinner. We're gonna sear off some pork here. I'm draining. I was defrosting in the sink, and now I'm draining the liquid from the package that got a little water into it. Out. Okay, a lot of water got into the package. I'm going with that. We should do this in this one. Let's leave that in the sink. Hit this with a bit of oil. Interesting. Saying interesting to my dashboard changes. It's the first time I've had a chance to look at some of them. I made a whole bunch of changes to SprinkleBot that I should have implemented at the start of stream, and I forgot to restart the bot, so they're not going to happen for tonight. Hi, Kip. We're working with popcorn tonight. About ready to be sauteing some pork. Wow, still a ton more liquid to drain off of this. Alright, low-fat pork. This is the pork that I ground off of the pig that I butchered earlier this year. Didn't have a ton of fat to mix in with the grind, so just forewarning everyone. Salt, garlic powder. Put a little butter on top there. Maybe that'll help the lack of pig fat. Yep, it's looking good too. Alright, so we got some cheese now. This is going to be for the bottom of our cornbread. No, this isn't the bag, was it? Yeah. We there yet, pork? Nah, we're gonna let you sit in a little bit longer. We're gonna be going to an ad here in a second anyways. Just in time for the next caramel corn stir. For those joining in, caramel corn is pretty much done. It's curing in the oven. What are you staring at, camera? How long have you been staring over there? How long have you been staring at that, camera? Chat's like an hour. Alright, let's give this a stir. We got some nice brown color there on the bottom. I guess only on the edges. Not even really on the edges. It is all of the time, too. Like, I have zero doubt they're sending images back to China. Chinese-made company. Like, half of the time it focuses on what I've got on my cupboard. Occasionally it focuses on the other camera that I have in the room. And then sometimes it turns around and focuses at the floor. I don't know what's going on there. Perfect timing. We're going to stir up popcorn once more. Run away. Back in the oven for the last 15 minutes. We want more color, so I'm adding more fat here. Actually, I need that there still. $86 in the last of the coffee. It was over an hour old. It's getting late enough here. Well, for you, sure. It's 6 o'clock-ish here right now. It's a little late to be going in with more coffee. I'm not one of those all-day, every-day, 24 hours a day coffee people. Caffeine's bothering me more the older I get, too. Like, there's certain, like, the energy drinks are getting more potent. That's one thing, but I used to be able to handle all sorts of energy drinks when I was a kid. And now I get them and I'm like, whoa, that's a bit much. Well, first off, I advocate people understanding how caffeine works in the first place. Like, I'm okay with energy drinks as long as you're going into it knowing what you're doing to yourself. Because your body will then... Your body's not completely dumb. You give it something, 24 hours later, it wants more of it. And you feel worse because you didn't give it more of it the same time the next day. So if you're doing these heavy energy drinks, it is not something you should do. Like, I don't think it's really it'll give you a heart attack over time, but I don't think it's something that's gonna immediately hurt anyone. But understand, you're just emptying, you're making your tank smaller by... That's that without the fun knowledge of how it's a relaxant and all that other fun stuff. So heat off on the pork. I'm just going to leave it in there right now, though, because I'm going to chop up half a red onion and toss that in there to cook along with it. Knew I saw you out somewhere. Flame back on. Onion in there. There's something funky going on with energy drinks, and I don't know if I want to call it the mob, but definitely some form of organized. Like, you look at the last couple of years of the energy drinks that are in sponsoring Formula One teams, and some of them are just like, what? I forget the one with the, like, antler ears. That was like 5 years ago or so now. One of them was the main sponsor of one of the cars, and they had to rebrand the car like mid-season because they got into trademark issues with their design. Same car that Kick sponsors. Hi, Nicole. I'm sort of killing time here, waiting for this last 3.5 minutes here on our caramel corn to wrap up so they can increase the temp to make our cornbread. Doing pretty good. It's been a good day. Started on making Sprinkle Bot. There's sort of a little bit of a leak. I don't know how long it's going to be until it actually works smoothly. It may show up tonight and be horrible, but I'm working on having SprinkleBot now automatically record my recipes through captions and the dinner text and other cues. I'm trying to be a little bit more accurate in what I'm saying I'm putting into things tonight. Because I don't want to write recipes, but I started out with this whole thing so that things are recorded so I don't have to write recipes. I guess we'll do our final mix on our cornbread combo. So we've got pureed, mostly powdered popcorn, flour, cornmeal, seasoning. I'm adding in half and half fat and an egg. Fat being a third of a cup or so of vegetable oil. Thank you, Kip. Okay. Caramel corn coming out of the oven. We have our caramel corn here. You set that on the front of the counter here, cool down. I am going to pull out our preheated pan. Or pre-warmed pan. Increase the oven temp to 400 for properly cooking our cornbread. Add our last ingredients to our liquid mix here, which include my baking powder, and what else am I missing? Sugar. So, a good teaspoon of baking powder, just visually measured. Bit of sugar. Up to you how much sugar you want to add into your cornbread, whether you like it super sweet, not sweet at all. That also is determined by how sweet the corn you're using, or cornmeal. And drizzle some cheese in each of these, trying to be purposely a little bit messy and get it on the sides so that it's mostly just melting down into there because the pan is hot, but and we're going to start pouring. Flame off on the pork and back. I'm not giving it enough attention. Just cleaning up the handle area so it's easier. Pick these up after they go through the oven. Alright, and then this is going into 400-degree oven. Hopefully it's heated up that far, but if it hasn't, it's working on it. Oh, no, it's not working on it at all. Alright, there we go. Now the oven's up to 400 setting. Those are in there. Okay, back to deliciousness over here. We got crispy pork going on, which is awesome. Green chilies. Next on the hit list. Whole mini can of green chilies gonna go into our soup tonight. Ortega hot green chilies. Now we got all of this loveliness in there. We're going to turn the heat back on. And I'm going to add a cup. Let's see, maybe 2 cups of water here. Yeah, let's do 2 cups. Bring that up to temp. Clumps. Best part of caramel corn. Clumps. Not a lot of clumps. I want more clumps in my caramel corn. Once that starts a low bubble, which we're getting close to that already, we're already getting the surface foam. We're going to add the popcorn and corn blend mixture that I have here on the counter. And thus turning that into a popcorn soup. Now it's just a pork, onion, and green chili soup. Bubble. Boil. I'm curious how much, like, the cornmeal should thicken things a little bit as it hydrates. The popcorn should, dry things out a bit as it hydrates, even though this is pretty liquid. I don't have any Parmesan, but Parmesan would probably be a good friend to this party tonight. If anyone out there is curious about getting involved with next week's ingredient challenge, the vote is already up in the Discord. We have the Battle of the Mustards for next week. So it's going to be a Mustardy Wednesday next week. It's either going to be honey mustard or Dijon. Okay, now we're bubbling over here. Now that I moved the scene so chat stopped staring at my water. So it could boil. Let that come up to just barely under a boil or just to boil. And cut the heat and let that sit. We'll see how that goes, how it thickens. I'm going to finish it with a little bit of butter and then we'll plate it and garnish it. And that's a little less than half of it. Yum, 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 yum. The vanilla, I was pretty heavy with my vanilla tonight in the caramel. It is making it so much butterier. I don't know if there's even a proper, is that a word? Butterier? No. Whatever. Makes it taste like more like butter. I think I'm going to take a little short AFK here, chat. We got a little less than 10 minutes until our cornbread, our popcorn bread, is done in the oven. And we'll plate up at that point. So I'll see all you lovely folks here in about 9 minutes.
Off into space. Man, that takes real teamwork. And here's a team of junior spacemen with an out-of-this-world breakfast that teams up V8 juice and Cheerios for flavor and energy. What a treat! A flavorful glassful of refreshing V8 juice and Cheerios with
receive absolutely free a
Gold
fascinating
Power.
12
And now, here's a special out-of-this-world free offer. This Moon Rocket Kit, both a toy and an exciting game. First, blast off. It separates in midair and lands 2 spacemen on a moon map. You get this wonderful game only through this free offer. Send your name and address and 1 V8 label plus 1 box top from these specially marked packages of Cheerios, Kix, or Frostios to Moon Rocket Kit, Mount Vernon 10, New York. Get Campbell's V8 cocktail vegetable juice with any one of these Big G cereals.
Alexis Lachine wines are full of flavor. Alexis Lachine wines are dry. Alexis Lachine wines are mellow. Drink an Alexis Lachine wine with any kind of food. Or anytime you feel like relaxing with a drink. Alexis Lachine, fine French wines.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy Bird's Eye.
Yes, always look for this Bird's Eye Bird, your guarantee of top quality frozen food. And your big Bird's Eye buy this week is Bird's Eye Orange Juice. Easy, you can serve it in a minute. Thrifty, it will save you money. Orchard fresh and delicious.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy Bird's Eye.
If you're a student, a mother active in club work, a man who brings work home from the office, this was made for you. The Remington Office Writer, a new kind of portable designed to give you the extra features you need. King-size carriage, so long it can handle a sheet of school notebook paper lengthwise. Look, the Office Writer types nearly the full 11-inch length of the paper, the only portable that can. The Office Writer types up to 10 carbons, so that even the very last copy is easy to read. Cut clear, clean stencils unlike any ordinary portable. See the exciting new Remington Office Writer at your dealers. The price only $149.50, carrying case at slight additional cost. Available after a small down payment for only $1.50 a week. Terms payable monthly, including taxes and a small carrying charge.
Here's the newest, most exciting sound in town. It's a General Electric blender that's going around. completely new from base to lid. Take it apart, see what they did. The non-skid base is the lowest you'll ever see.
The decanter has a 36-ounce blending capacity.
The non-spill lid is really smart. For blending convenience, it comes apart. Add additional ingredients, if you will. Look, no splash, see no spill. Put them all together and you know it's true. The General Electric blender is best for you. If you want to know another reason why,
It's only 10 1/2 inches high.
stores easily on the counter or on a shelf. There's 1,000 things you can make yourself.
Make party spreads.
Great cabbage heads. Blend the meatloaf for a family of 8. Make ice-cold drinks you'll appreciate. Now's the time for you to buy the General Electric blender.
Did he say only 10 1/2 inches high?
Everybody needs energy-packed Sunbeam bread. Yes, it's all aboard for fun in the park, but Junior hasn't got energy enough for fun. He'd sure like to ride that horse. Hey, what's this? An energy-packed Sunbeam sandwich. You bet every delicious slice of Sunbeam bread sure does pack a big energy wallop. There's nothing like Sunbeam Energy to help you stay on the beam. Now, look at them go. On Sunbeam Energy, they sure do enjoy life. Everybody needs the kind of real zip and zing pep that delicious Sunbeam bread gives you. Yes, stay on the beam with energy-packed Sunbeam bread. All day long, eat Sunbeam bread and renew energy as you burn it up. Eat delicious Sunbeam bread.
There's no other box of facial tissues like this. Scotty's new Magic Oval box. Only Scotty's give you tissues that float up gently, one at a time, and come out in neat handfuls, too, because there's a Magic Oval inside every new Scotty's box. Only Scotty's Magic Oval can give you tissues that float up, smooth and easy. No tugging, no tearing, no extra tissues tagging.
Leaving every bit of the juice.
All neatly folded, just right for pocket or purse. Scotty's new Magic Oval box is pretty, too. And inside, soft, strong, sneeze-proof Scotty's. Remember, for tissues that float up smoothly and come out in neatly folded handfuls, look for Scotty's pretty new Magic Oval box, the only one of its kind.
And now, from the popular comic strip Peanuts, here are Charlie Brown and his friend.
Why, thank you, Charlie Brown. Thank you, Charlie Brown.
What's the occasion? Has Charlie Brown had another baby sister?
No, Ford has new economy twins, so he's passing out chocolate cigars to everyone.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone.
You bet your boots, everyone. 'Cause it's just like they said. We've got something big to celebrate. And here it is, Ford's Economy Twins for 1960. The economy choice of a lifetime. Oh, I'll bet you've never seen a prettier Ford, the Fountain. Next to it, the large economy-size
Ladies
Ford,
and gentlemen,
the
the
Fairlane
management
500.
of this theater.
You know, the 60 Fords were featured in the recent issue of Vogue magazine. And when you run your eyes over the elegant good looks of this Fairlane 500, it's sure easy to see why Vogue says Ford means a fashion success. And all this all-new beauty is yours for an all-new price. That's right. This roomier, more luxurious Fairlane 500 is actually priced a whopping $142 less than last year. And as for this pretty Falcon over here, well, just wait till you check its price sticker. It's America's lowest priced six-passenger car. In fact, it's priced up to $124 less than the other compact cars. Look 'em over in your Ford dealer showroom. Two new Fords, two wonderful new ways to go the finest. Ford's economy twins for 1960.
Now, a new creation from Seal Test. Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions. Handy envelopes bring you brand new convenience and ease. Zip, it's open, quick and neat. Just the amount you need, the easy way to serve cottage cheese. The rest stays moist and creamy, ready for next time.
Are they handy? Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions.
So easy to use, quick, and no bother at all.
The rest stays really fresh, moist, and creamy.
Yes, serving cottage cheese was never as easy as this. Seal Test's new square package with handy, ready-to-serve portions. Zip, it's open, simple as can be. The rest stays moist and creamy fresh. You'll love Seal Test.
Welcome back, everyone. Get the music going again. Where are you at, music? That works. Ooh. Smokier in the house than I thought. Ooh. Okay, so we got our popcorn done. Let's look what our soup's like after we give this a stir. I haven't stirred this at all during the break. That is admittedly a bit thinner than I would like. Let's take a look at our cornbread, which should be ready in the oven. Give that another 3 minutes. So I think I am going to cornstarch slurry this soup to thicken it up a little bit. Off the starch bucket. It's only like 2 coffees of sugar there anyways. Almost done with the packets. So about a tablespoon of cornstarch, and we want cold water for this, so I'm going to swallow the last of my water. Get some out of the fridge. And turn the heat back on this here. I'm torn if I should add a little dairy to lighten that up too. I think I'm going to. So, cold water in with our cornstarch. You want your oobleck here to be milk to cream consistency, so a little bit heavier than water when it's fully mixed in. And you want your temperature difference between your starch mixture and the liquid you're putting it into. The greater that is, the better the thickening you're going to have. go ahead and add the half and half here for the color right now. Second timer on our cornbread. Waiting for this to bubble. Pull the cornbread out. It's done. Didn't rise a whole lot, but they're there. They got some nice color on them. And let them chill out in the pan for a little bit while we finish the soup. The house smells like corn right now. Starting to bubble. And start pouring in our starch. Hopefully without spilling it completely all over the kitchen, just a little bit in front of me. I think that'll be good there. And it doesn't come up to its full thickening power until it comes back up to a full boil, but it will thicken more as it cools. Okay, so now we'll cut the heat on that, stir it so it cools down a bit quicker so that we can serve it quicker. Put the half and half away. Yeah, that one broke on me. Cheese stuck on that one. Make sure my camera or my phone for taking a photo is ready to go here. Cornbread. Like I said, the popcorn's gonna melt into that. That's why I was straight into taking photos. I tried to make a little bit of a cheese raft. I maybe could have added a little more cheese there, but yeah, the popcorn's gonna dissolve in there either way. So what we have here, if you're just joining in, we have our popcorn soup with pork, green chilies, red onion, and a little bit of cheddar. We have semi-classic caramel corn using purchased popcorn. And we have popcorn and cheddar cornbread muffins, or popcorn muffins, or popcorn bread. Which I think will go lovely together. And this is just lovely. Period. I'm actually... What chef was it? This is like 2004-ish, 2005-ish. There was a fine dining chef that did a beautifully golden small plate of very thick corn soup garnished with popcorn, which was the main basic theme for tonight, but at the same time I couldn't do the portion of soup sort of thing for a fine dining plate. I needed to make soup. I need to use up the pork too. But I do think that wraps things up for this lovely Wednesday evening. As I mentioned earlier, earlier. We have the Battle of the Mustards going on in Discord for next week's ingredient challenge. Is it going to be honey mustard? Is it going to be Dijon? One of the two. What would you make for a dessert with mustard? Anyways, that is our challenge for next week. Going to be back here on Friday. Going to be doing Parmesan subs. Subs. Probably going to be making more than one sub bread. But doing sub bread from scratch, doing a potato bread style recipe if I can remember to buy some potato flakes. I don't think I have potato flakes right now. I might not be making potato. Hopefully I can find potato flakes. And yeah, I don't know if I have plans in there for Sunday, Monday this week. If you have ideas to give me, I'm all ears. We have the 2 new challenges in the Discord for posting food photos and getting likes and clipping the best clip of the month. I'll do a themed dinner for the winner of both of those challenges. I hope you have a great finish to your week. And either way, I'd like to see you on Friday to unwind. Good night, folks.